In chapter 7 of the book of Amos, the prophet recounts a series of visions given to him by the Lord. The first vision shows God forming locusts that would devour the latter growth of the land, threatening Israel's food supply. Amos pleads with God on behalf of Jacob, Israel, declaring that Jacob is too small to survive such a calamity. The Lord, in His mercy, relents and does not bring the judgment to pass. In the second vision, Amos sees a great fire sent by the Lord that devours the deep and consumes the land. Again, Amos intercedes, crying out that Jacob cannot endure it. Once more, the Lord listens to Amos's plea and withholds the judgment. These two visions highlight the power of intercessory prayer and God's willingness to show mercy when appealed to sincerely. The third vision reveals the Lord standing upon a wall with a plumb line in His hand, symbolizing God's standard of righteousness. This time, God declares that He will no longer pass by Israel or spare them. The high places and sanctuaries will be laid waste, and the house of Jeroboam will fall by the sword. This vision marks a turning point where divine patience gives way to the certainty of judgment, as the people have not repented. Amaziah, the priest of Bethel, confronts Amos and sends word to King Jeroboam, accusing Amos of conspiracy and causing unrest. He tells Amos to flee to Judah and prophesy there, forbidding him to speak in Bethel, the king's sanctuary. Amos responds boldly, saying he was no prophet by profession, but was called by God from tending sheep. He then proclaims God's judgment against Amaziah. His wife will become a harlot, his children will fall by the sword, and Israel shall surely go into captivity. The chapter emphasizes the authority of God's call and the futility of resisting His word. Let's now read Amos chapter 7. Thus hath the Lord God showed unto me, and, behold, He formed grasshoppers in the beginning of the shooting up of the latter growth, and, lo, it was the latter growth after the king's mowings. And it came to pass, that when they had made an end of eating the grass of the land, then I said, O Lord God, forgive, I beseech Thee, by whom shall Jacob arise? For he is small. The Lord repented for this, it shall not be, saith the Lord. Thus hath the Lord God showed unto me, and, behold, the Lord God called to contend by fire, and it devoured the great deep, and did eat up a part. Then said I, O Lord God, cease, I beseech Thee, by whom shall Jacob arise? For he is small. The Lord repented for this also shall not be, saith the Lord God. Thus He showed me, and, behold, the Lord stood upon a wall made by a plumb line, with a plumb line in His hand. And the Lord said unto me, Amos, what seest thou? And I said, A plumb line. Then said the Lord, Behold, I will set a plumb line in the midst of my people Israel, I will not again pass by them any more. And the high places of Isaac shall be desolate, and the sanctuaries of Israel shall be laid waste, and I will rise against the house of Jeroboam with the sword. Then Amaziah the priest of Bethel sent to Jeroboam king of Israel, saying, Amos hath conspired against thee in the midst of the house of Israel, the land is not able to bear all his words. For thus Amos saith, Jeroboam shall die by the sword, and Israel shall surely be led away captive out of their own land. Also Amaziah said unto Amos, O thou seer, go, flee thee away into the land of Judah, and there eat bread, and prophesy there. But prophesy not again any more at Bethel, for it is the king's chapel, and it is the king's court. Then answered Amos, and said to Amaziah, I was no prophet, neither was I a prophet's son, but I was an herdman, and a gatherer of sycamore fruit. And the Lord took me as I followed the flock, and the Lord said unto me, Go, prophesy unto my people Israel. Now therefore hear thou the word of the Lord, thou sayest, Prophesy not against Israel, and drop not thy word against the house of Isaac. Therefore thus saith the Lord, Thy wife shall be an harlot in the city, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword, and thy land shall be divided by line, and thou shalt die in a polluted land, and Israel shall surely go into captivity forth of his land. This ends our reading of Amos chapter 7.